Well, hello there. Guess where I'm at? I'm in lovely South Korea. It's a chilly, drizzly day today, and I'm in quarantine. I'll be in quarantine for a while. I was gonna do a daily quarantine vlog for y'all, but that's gonna be boring. But what does quarantine entail? Well, first, it's 12:51 p.m. It's 54 degrees outside, raining, and May 10th. I got here around, I would say, stepped in my room about 8 o'clock Saturday night, and that's when the adventure began before I even got here. So the procedures to get through the airport from San Francisco to the airplane, smooth. 72 hours prior, had the minimum, had to get COVID test, came back negative. Had to present that at the gate, all that stuff, boom, on the plane. The plane was a beautiful United Airlines 787 UA Flight 893, about 1/3 full. Now you'd think, hey, it's 1/3 full. You guys can move wherever you want. No. Economy Plus had 2 people in it. Business class had 0. First class had 3. And there was about 40 of us in economy. Thanks, United. We did have pretty much our own rows, except if you're a couple, then they had you share a row, of course. What happened to me was all the people in my group, there's 19 of us, they all had their own rows, or a seat empty between them. My row was the only one to get 2 people sitting next to me. So they moved me to my own row, which was nice. It still wasn't comfortable, but it made the flight just a little bit better. Yeah, so that was about 12 hours of that. We landed in Incheon International, and that's where the fun begins. So there's all these different little stations you have to go to. The first one, they check your temperature. The second one, they check your temperature, and then also start asking you questions that you don't understand, especially if you don't speak Korean. So much fun. Through the use of cell phone translators, I found out that I needed a phone number, a Korean phone number, for them to contact me in case somebody I was sitting next to in the flight tests positive COVID. Now, I don't know how people feel about this. I know there's all kinds of stuff, and honestly, I don't care how you feel, but I was already vaccinated. And one of the things for coming to Korea is they prefer you to be vaccinated. I've been vaccinated for all kinds of things throughout my life, and that stuff doesn't bother me. I mean, it hasn't affected me yet, as I do to people. But I'm Team Pfizer. It's probably the best one to get. I recommend it. 5 stars on Yelp. Not sponsored. But I had to show that card. I had to show all kinds of stuff, and then we get to the normal immigration desk. They go through all that paperwork again, give you more paperwork to carry with you, more paperwork to fill out. Then you go to passport control, where you have to turn in a whole bunch of paperwork, and then you can get your baggage. So, got down, The only good thing about all that bureaucracy and hoops and hurdles to go through, I didn't have to wait for my bag. It was just going around my 2 bags that I brought. Then went and grabbed those, went out the exit. Oh, they gave me a little card to wear. As I walked out the exit, the card means I'm working with the US government. They directed me to where I had to sit and wait for my escort. I had a military escort to get the military bus to come to the base, where we waited and waited and waited. So then we get to the base after an 1.5-hour drive. Then we have to wait again. Get off that bus to get onto a crappier bus with our baggage with us before our baggage was underneath us conveniently. Smart idea. Apparently the military uses old school buses, and this one here, let's put it this way, I was here in 1998. I rode that bus when it was a shuttle bus as the thing that goes around the base and drop you off places. I actually rode that bus. It's an old bus, and it shows it. So we all had to climb up inside there. Excuse me. Body clock, still trying to get used to this. They had to drop some people off at a special quarantine building for them. Then they took all of us to the hotel, which is also a quarantine building for people that aren't military. And we found out that our quarantine floor is the 4th floor, of which we cannot use the elevators out of safety for others. Now, if you've ever lugged a suitcase that weighs 50 pounds up 4 flights of stairs and you're in as wonderful shape as I am, good asthmatic lungs, you know the hell that I went through, and 19 other guys. And I packed light. I have one suitcase that was 48 pounds, and I crammed a bunch of stuff in my carry-on bag that I normally throw in my overhead bin, which they said on the ticket that we couldn't do that, but then they were letting people do that. Thank you, United, again. Because I would have brought a second bag, because I only have like 3 t-shirts because I packed light. And I have my work clothes. So yeah, we had guys that had 2 bags, maxed out 50 pounds each, because we're allowed to bring 2 checked bags. So those guys were making trips up and down the stairs. Same with me. I brought up the little 30-pound carry-on, and I went downstairs, and 1 flight of stairs at a time with breathing in between and catching my breath. Got my big bag up here, which has my machine in it and a bunch of other stuff. Finally got to the room, had to get on the phone, which is right there, and call the front desk so I could tell them that I'm paying for everybody, because they wanted all my guys to pay for themselves, which I don't, that's not how that works. I pay for them. And yeah, pretty much had to be here all night. The next day, another COVID test, and I'm still waiting for results on that. So that was Sunday we got the COVID test. We were confined to our rooms since we got here. Granted, a few of us are naughty, and we went out to the cordoned off area to get some air and, you know, not just stare at a bunch of walls and a bed cover and crappy Air Force TV. But yeah, after the COVID test, we were technically confined to our rooms until we get a result. Asked, so how are we going to know about our results, if they're good or bad? I said, oh, well, we're not going to contact you. Wait, what? Now, the place that we're working for here said we were going to work while we're in quarantine. Just making sure my timer's still going. Yeah, okay, good. My holder is right over the timer. Which, now back to that, they said we were gonna work during quarantine, which, I mean, on the surface, it's like, it doesn't really meet the definition of quarantine. But they said they made all kinds of arrangements that we could do that. But so we said, okay, we're supposed to start Monday. It's Monday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Guess where I've been all day. Through no fault of the people we're supposed to be working for here, it's not their fault, but we are still stuck in quarantine. Because, really, over here, the right hand does not know what the left hand is doing. And they don't talk to each other. Even though we have letters, we have paperwork, we have documentation. None of that means anything because, well, yeah. So yeah, we're sitting here just waiting and waiting. Myself being vaccinated, supposedly, as soon as my quarantine results come back, or not quarantine, but my COVID test results come back, and they're negative, I can actually leave my room and leave the cordoned off area and actually go to the store and, you know, get some water or something, because tap water in the room has not been good. It's not the tastiest. They did not provide water, which they normally do in this hotel. They normally give you 3 bottles of water a day. Nope. Not for us, because we're quarantined. But yeah, but that's what I've been doing since y'all haven't seen me. I haven't had a chance to go out and hunt. I was prepping for this trip, trying also to not get sick. My hobbies so far while being quarantined is I have to take my temperature twice a day. I picked up this nice poly green. I wish it was a Nokta Makro, but it's poly green. Nokta's actually producing infrared thermometers, but I needed this for this trip because I have to take my temperature twice a day. And I tell you what, this is really hard to oh, no, you shoot your forehead. You don't use this as a rectal thermometer, I'll tell you that. It doesn't feel good. But yeah, you just point it at your forehead. It's supposed to be 98.5. I'm not dead. But I've had my temperature taken more in the last 2 days, 3 days, 4 days than I've had in many years. And I was just digging through the paperwork they gave me too, because I'm supposed to be able to work after this is ready to go. But being vaccinated and released to work, I'm supposed to get my COVID test again on day 6 or 7, and then another one on day 12. The guys that are not vaccinated get the one when they got here, and then day 12 they get another, which we're going to be here for 6 weeks. Good times. But hey, I'll show you my view and then we'll close this video. I just want to give you guys an update, let you know what's going on. I haven't forgotten about everybody. I'm just stuck in quarantine and I'm itching to get out on a weekend with my friends here and look for some stuff. Let's go look out the window. You can see what I get to see. So there's my view. A construction yard and a tree. That right there is not the sun. That's glare off the glass. But that's also our yard time area right down there. We get an hour of yard time every day once we're out of our 36 hours of room restriction. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, I'm using a new tripod. I actually like it. It's a Me Photo hiking tripod thing. Actually, really beefy. I don't think I'll break this one. Except I had to buy a swivel head for it and all kinds of stuff. We'll look at that some other day. But anyhow, there you go. I could do cool angles like this. So yeah, this is my little workstation. I get to sit out for a little bit and watch stuff on the computer and take my temperature and log it. I'm sure I'm supposed to notify somebody, but so far no one's notified me of anything, so turnabout's fair game. Anyways, y'all take care. Good luck out there. Happy hunting. Stay safe.